right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. 5 days straight, no rest, oh well. Don't need no scale. I've been on my, I don't need no help. Always getting money, rains, no sleep. Every day I work my thumb. I don't get to take off. A hater gets up. I'm ready like lift off. I've never been nowhere, but I'm ready to stay gone. Nothing ever lasts long. I'm always beating the odds. Taking all these trips, I had to go and get a passport. I'm just trying to live. I don't know what the mad for. I just signed a deal and got a really big bag for it. Still at your mama crib and getting money, you gotta ask for it. Tired of complaining, I gotta change my situation. Looking at the view outside, I thought I would never make it.
First opened in 2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Atlanta Falcons. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
They're going to look to throw. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Switch. Check three.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That was shades of Tennessee volunteer football back in the 80s with Charles Davis coming up from the secondary to make the tackle for a loss.
You mean my teammates doing that, right? Because they would tell you, my coach would say, where's that tape? I want to see that. But how about the complete package there? Not just playing the pass, but being a willing tackler and making a really nice play.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Alert flare. 25, check 25.
They'll toss it to Smith. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
He had a good game catching the ball at the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Out of the gun, Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. From the 41, Watson buying time to his left. He'll run it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense, 1st and 10. It's Pumphrey on the toss. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. On the run, it's Pumphrey. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They'll try the air now with Watson. Being chased out left. And he's going to keep it here. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. From the 3-yard line once more. Now here's 3rd and goal. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. From the 3-yard line again, they'll try and punch it in here on 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Watson, eluding the pressure right. And this results in 6. Touchdown. Deshaun Watson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans have taken the lead. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score Texans 7, Falcons 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
59, Mike, check, 59. What's the run? They're running it. Mike, check, 59. Watch the trigger.
2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Completes it to Dixon. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, have the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. They'll run on 1st down. It's Freeman, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the Texans' 45-yard line.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He gets this one to Johnson.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Brings up 3rd and less than a yard.
Ready? 9, Mike, 5-9. Oh, here we go. Oh, slam. Alert 3.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. 2 yards and able to get the 1st down in the process.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
Freeman again, a 1st down carry. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. A big run there, 29 yards and a 1st. He covered a lot of ground, great blocking, and now they can sniff that end zone.
They certainly can, and because of that run, maybe you come back and fake it to him on this play and throw a little play action. Someone should break wide open.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed.
Check three. Tighten up. Whip. Watch the whip.
Trying to punch it in with Smith, and he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Ito Smith, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, and the Falcons have retaken the lead. Point after here coming up. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Falcons grab it.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Well, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. 2nd and 1. He finds his man Johnson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. 59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check.
They'll run here with Freeman. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 9-yard line.
Mike. 59. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Hey.
2nd and 9 now. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So we got man. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Here we go, D.
Looking to throw. Flush to his right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. Then he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
After the interception, here's Watson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target, deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen.
He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And he will be out of bounds as time has run out on this first half. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback. And it comes out to the 25-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start it. Drive.
There we go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. third down. Watson eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Charles Harris, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for Houston. Pulled in at the 24. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
A first throw here for the backup Taylor. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. On the counter, Devontae Freeman. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Taylor now going to throw again. Dixon complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Check safety, check safety. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Taylor now to throw on 3rd down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wood. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
59, 59. They're going to need some therapy after this.
It's a pickup of 5. Brings up second down.
To number 14. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Silver,
At the 29-yard line.
Johnson's got it complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Play action, it's Taylor. Throw left side complete. It's Wood. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Check 50, check 50.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down.
Hey, check right. Watching you grind.
From the gun, it's Taylor. That's complete to Smith. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
1st and 10 at the
Taylor now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Taylor will lead up the offense 1st and 10. And he's 6 of 7 now on this drive. They run. Devontae Freeman. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Now Taylor. Forced out to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
The Texans take over 3rd and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th. Watson, flush to his right. He may try and run. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. Come on. Come on, D. Mike 55. Mike 55. Watch the run. Watch the run. Mike, 55. Check, 55.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Taylor. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be a yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Running right, this is Freeman. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Now it's Taylor. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
So they looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back up?
He's got a man, complete. A huge play there for Houston. 46 yards.
46 yards on the play. And the Texans first down.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. On second down, here's Miller. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Reset. 19.
On first and 10, Watson. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his first touchdown of the new season, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will get them 1 closer. So down only 2 now, still a chance to finagle their way into field goal range if they can get this onside kick. And a good job here by the Falcons, their hands team, able to recover it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Freeman again. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Freeman. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
Here we go. Check 55 to Mike.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Taylor going to throw it. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Falcons, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.